habit is stalking. This is P.O.C. And this is the entity that I took a picture of that is stalking by sleeping at the location where I'm not sleeping. This is a demon that's roaming, stalking, and these demons are connected. This is spiritual, what they're doing, and it's mentally ill as you're going to prosecute the behavior of the gang stalker. They literally followed me. This is the fake moon. This is the mentally ill population that's being committed, okay? Everything inside of the Stater Brothers is pursuant to a criminal pattern of conduct. Village Shopping Center is being prosecuted, and I'm going to let you know what's going to happen. This entire shopping center is being shut down. All right, this is P.O.C. But there's more than a shopping center. Starbucks, that's on the record, gang stalking, the housing community, the city of Ontario is being prosecuted. They literally gave you that evidence right now. This is what I mean, federal judges who are watching. There is no reasonable question here. The hallmark that I spoke to at the outset regarding the identification of the terrorism, which is stalking by helicopter in that specific environment, it is planted over the senior center as I walk to the senior center, the Stater Brothers parking lot. In the way in which I travel, along B Street, along what is Vine Avenue, that's where the fake moon, in the same way that the fake sun follows, and the mentally ill are stalking by psychopathic pacing. This is a direct indicator regarding those that are mentally ill. 8WYA612, this is federal prison. All the employees inside of Stater Brothers are already going to prison. And this is, again, David Quinones is going to federal prison. 9KWH536. DEVIL06, 8 Frank Henry 688, and also the entity is engaging in what is stalking with light. That's the customary conduct. The entity is engaging. They decided to utilize helicopter activity because what's typically happened, all these demons are typically in their vehicles, aiming light already, stalking, just like this, a sex offense. And this is a sex offender who's going to prison. License plate, 9TF36. This is federal prison, stalking with the Ontario International Airport, the U.S. military. And that's a sex offender, a vagina monitor. That's the entity that's flying in circles, and David Quinones is going to prison. A grocery store full of demons are inside of that store where they're gang stalking. He's going to prison. It's P.O.C. Alrighty, so this is what you need to understand. Because these people, he's stalking right now. This is psychopathic conduct. They're going to prison. David Quinones, Edgar Reyes, Kelly Reyna, Miguel Velasquez, Irene Jara, Angela Negrelli. Every employee, you've got Lupe, you have Erica, you have, there's two Ericas, you have the employees that include Isaiah and and Amber, all the employees in other words. And keeping your back to me is not forgetting. The indifference, that's the behavioral pattern. That's a psychopath, not an innocent bystander. Crossing path in the engineer light, 4 shadows with communication device in operation, psychopathic pacing. And the aerial surveillance. This is the pattern of conduct. And they follow, this is stalking. That's literally traditional stalking that the homosexuals have engaged in such heavy stalking. I can prosecute for traditional harassment under existing laws, but this is domestic terrorism as a population. They're all stalking, okay? Gang stalking in this manner. I'm going to document her license plate. This is prison. And so are the employees of the Stater Brothers. She is indeed gang stalking. License 8LRD613, and then goes inside of the store to participate in psychopathic pacing inside of the store. 9 Thomas Henry Mary 295. The entire Stater Brothers employee are going to prison. Their vagina, like I've already documented, inside of the Stater Brothers. This is vagina monitoring. This is testimony regarding vagina monitoring. The demons that are trying to get into the bathroom when they're already monitoring already know who you are. The engineer light that's inside of that store. The fake sun that is rising and setting at this venue. The entity that is gang stalking with commercial planes. That's the pattern of conduct. Prison. David Quinones and everybody working at the store. This is P.O.C. It is currently 10:06 p.m. This is the martial law and Stater Brothers that's going to be shut down. Under martial law and the prosecution. That's P.O.C. I am referring to security cameras, and these are employees that are gang stalking. They're in line, engaging in relevant positioning. This is a mentally ill and corrupt population. He's going to prison. I believe that's Ricky, gang stalking me. I've already documented in his Camry with the same circumstances, stalking by helicopter. They're engaging in this pattern of conduct inside of the grocery store, and they share in what is sexual violence, monitoring vagina in the bathroom. The entity is literally flying in circles over the helicopter. This is the psychopathic personality disorders of those that are gang stalking. This is P.O.C. It's the prosecution of Stater Brothers. It is currently 10:07 p.m. That's the mentally ill and corrupt entity that engages in looking to the left and the right, because what are you going to look like when you're caught engaging in things as psychotic as stalking as a population and stalking with a helicopter, following one person? which is speaking to what is actually wrong with you. There's no facial expression, there's no smile on your face, there's no conversation, there's no purchase that you can make that is deviating from that criminal system as you see it at all. And moreover, the grocery store is under the fake sun all day and the fake moon followed to this venue. These are psychopaths, violent sex offenders, and they are very much insulted by the way I document them, truthfully. That's the P.O.C. The entity is going to be subject to involuntary commitments. Remember, David Quinones is not only going to prison, the entity is being mentally assessed. By stalking me in a grocery store, this is going to result in involuntary commitments. P.O.C. It is currently, this is crossing path. This is, by the way, she's not just walking around, she's crossing path. This is on surveillance cameras right here, and it is currently 10:08 p.m. This is the criminal conduct of Stater Brothers. 9SSY184 is stalking obsessively in the path in the event that I walk outside. P.O.C. It is currently 10:08 p.m.